The medical class of year 1966, from the University of Singapore, had their reunion in Perth, on 16th October to October 18, 2018. The reunion was held in this hotel, Hyatt Regency in Perth. Registration started at 4 p.m. This is Carol with her son's partner, Drew. And this is Kwak Sweepeng shown registering here. The following photos show more of the registrants coming in and taking group photographs. A Western set dinner was held in this function room later in the evening.
We're now going to go to the back of the line to take a group photo, please.
You mean classmates photo?
A group photograph of all the classmates and their spouses was taken before dinner. We will zoom up the photo to see more of their faces. And these are doctors in the class of 1966, 52 years after graduation. A Western cuisine was served, and the following are photos taken of all the classmates and their spouses at their respective tables. Dr. Matilda would be providing background music for the function.
Hi, handsome.
That's the best one said all night.
I'm just going to thank you guys for traveling such a long way and paying lots of dough to get here to join us in reunion.
Lots of words.
For those who haven't met me, my name is Bonnie. I don't think I've met everybody.
We like to watch
Bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie.
And I'm not going to make an after-dinner boring speech, but I'm just going to tell you a bit of the program.
And I will tell you the program for tomorrow.
I think there's more exciting.
Organize this reunion. We are grateful to you.
You're having a job, that will go.
Silver shades of grey, memos for active aging in the 21st century. And she would like the proceeds to go to local charity benefiting abused women and their little family.
Thank you.
If you know about, she has been working in this area in Singapore, and Bonnie has a lot of experience in this area, and we will know what to do. Look, please stand. No claps, please. Just remain upstanding. Dr. Wood and his wife, Carol, please remain standing. No claps yet. Lam Kok Kyong and Chahun, please remain standing. Chahun, please be upstanding. Then there is Herbert Yo and Pauline. Please stand. Please stand.
And also Marie Lee.
Together in the 52nd reunion, I've been given this honor to bring to remembrance the 19 of the departed classmates of ours that has shared part of all of our lives. I think we have known each other for a long, long time. We are different people with diverse personalities and backgrounds, professional, political, and social experiences, different philosophical and religious beliefs, but we have one thing in common. We have the common bond of belonging to the class of 66 of the University of Singapore. Remember them around the section tables, in our clinical groups, on a sports field, and around the mahjong tables, in social gatherings and society meetings, in hostels, and in our favorite canteens. Let us try to recall something special about the person. It may be a unique quality of theirs, some special experience that you shared with them personally. Ravidas Menon, V. Hong Yong, Lal Kumar, Tan Zi King, Robert Dawn, V. Juwat, Gordon O, Joseph So, Long Wee Kian, Chin Kong Yun, Stephen Ong Sin Eng, Mildred Dureranam, Timothy Tun, Freddie Key.
And this is the complete list of those who passed away. And a minute silence followed.
In his own words, he was a wretch, but he was found and saved. He was blind after life. There is hope for all of us. There is a song to be sung, the amazing grace. Let's sing. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
I have a keen interest in IBS and have read extensively in the BMJ, British Medical Journal, in case you don't know, and other medical journals on this subject. And now I have breaking news for you. In the latest edition of AMJ, Asian Medical Journal, Professor Yamaguchi of Japan and Dr. F.S. Tan of Hong Kong have found that 90% of IBS were preceded by ISS. Yes, 90% of IBS preceded by ISS.
ISS is irritable spouse syndrome, preceding 90% IBS.
On the other hand, were different. They were very pragmatic and practical, but very, very stingy, as the women folk of Malacca have found. When they go out with a Dutchman, they have to pay their share of the meal or even ice kacang. And therein lies the phrase, going Dutch.
Imagine all the fun you'll have when you roll from age 9. Everybody now. Your age 9 yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself. While you're still in the thing. The years go by as quickly as a wing. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. When you're a millionaire, imagine all the fun you had in your enjoy yourself. While you're still in the pink, the years go by as quickly as a wing. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. La 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 la. someone is a good wind, strumming on the old banjo. Fee-fi, fee-fi-o, fee-fi, fee-fi-o, fee-fi, fee-fi-o, strumming on the old banjo. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. In a love like glowing, in your eyes so true. Let me call you sweetheart. Remember that evening when it's nothing but a fine comb. Come home, little Betty, won't you come home? Molly, come home. Come home, little Betty, come home. I'll pay the.
Test 1, test 2. Test 1, test 2. We have gone through many years together. We have gone through med school. We have tested many years. There are lots of things that happen during ragging, which I will not go into very much. We are now getting old, so I think I should talk of more mature things, like when we started. With the sound of music, my heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to dream like the wings of the birds that rise from the plain to the trees. My heart wants to sigh and falls over stones on its way to sing through
心。你问我爱你有多深，我爱你有几分？我的情不移，我的爱不变，月亮代表我的心。轻轻的一个吻，已经打动我的心。深深的一段情，叫我思念到如今。你问我爱你有多深，我爱你有几分？你去想一想，你去看一看，月亮代表我的心。
The hum of the bees, birds are at rest in the trees. Quiet and peaceful the room. Slowly the big silver moon rises and peeps o'er the sill. Sleep, little prince, and be still. Lie still, lie still. Lies, O palace and park, never a sound in the dark, save from the maiden who sighs, stirs in her slumber and cries, dreaming as fond lovers will. Sleep, little prince, and be still. Songs of spring were sung, and music was never so gay. You told me you loved me when we were young one day. You told me you loved me and held me close to your heart. We loved and we cried, and then came the time to part.
This marriage, I can't afford a carriage. Your son would sing upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. This is number one, and the fun has just begun. Roll me over, lay me down, and do it again. Roll me over in the clover. Roll me over, lay me down, and do it again. This is number two, and the lady wants us to. Roll me over, lay me down, and do it again. Roll me over in the clover. Roll me over, lay me down, and do it again. Three, and then coming round the mountains when she comes. When she comes, she'll be coming round the mountains. She'll be coming round the mountains. She'll be coming round the mountains when she comes. Singing ya ya, yippee yippee ya. Singing ya ya, yippee yippee ya. Yippee ya ya, yippee yippee ya ya. Yippee yippee ya ya, yippee yippee
riverside, down by the riverside.
She said, now wait a little man, I know you understand. I hardly know your name. I said, well, if I had my way, I know that some sweet day your name and mine will be the same. I met my little friend I know, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside.
Many excursions awaited them at the Swan Valley the next day. And the following are photos taken. A brief stop for photo taking was made here.
Yes, I just rang.
A sumptuous Western lunch was served in this exclusive place, which holds wedding function only. It was exclusively open for the reunion as the owner is a good friend of Bonnie and Swan Hin. All the ladies were given a set of pearl earrings. And here are their photos at their tables.
friends. Yeah? So group A is going to be, and if I say your name, it means you're a spouse as well, okay? Chen Chu Bing.
Wow.
First one. Okay?
A-team.
B team. Go Yongming. Go Yongxia. Go Yongxia.
Wow.
Dorothy Ho. Go Naikong. Pat Chin.
Illusion Art Gallery was next on the list. And this is the artist, with his 4,000 Australian piece of art.
20 years, over 20 years.
How long do you think to do this one?
You're talking about 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow. How do you do it?
Just here with an angle grinder. Then I just use this angle grinder here and then I scratch the surface. So this one I just evolve. They evolve. I start with nothing in my head. And while I'm doing it, I have to visualize what the next move is.
Can you make a picture of me there?
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Because you're too beautiful.
The day ended with a lovely barbecue dinner at Riverbank Winery. All the men were given this wine as a special gift. And Wai Kwan showing the vast vineyard. Herbert directing the class for a group photograph. As you can see, it is not easy to get yourself sitting down for a group photograph.
I know. You're all mucking around, okay?
Finally, after much mucking around, they finally settled down for a group photograph.
This company here, they designed it for new parents, Australian famous. They used the one for a show.
Have you got a cabinet?
Not in this range.
Not in the
but no, it should be nice and yes, I'm not joking. Okay, let's have it.
Waving branch of a palm tree high in my hand. One of his parents, yeah, I see stories of Jesus and me. Als wat is komt in dem, heute sieht
Day 3 was the final day of the reunion, with a morning visit to King's Park.
We might see a band.
Fish and chips lunch at Cicirello's Fisherman Wharf followed. No. This lobster dish was not in the menu. Tour of Fremantle Jail followed after lunch. Just look at the eagle beavers, waiting to go to jail.
One last word of warning, there's no toilet inside here. So if you need to go to the toilet, there's no toilet inside the old prison.
How long is this tour?
1 hour.
Oh,
What is your name, young lady? Matilda.
Walsing.
No waltzing here. Welcome to prison, everyone. My name's Simon. I'm going to be your guide for the next hour if you're well behaved. If you misbehave, you'll be here a lot longer. Now, Matilda, you were late. We don't like people being late in prison. This is the modern part of the prison. As you come in, you've just realised that you've lost the court case. Being found guilty. You should have paid more money for the better lawyer. No. We'll do as I say. Now, if you arrive in prison and you upset the guard, Matilda, we'll make an example of you. Now, Matilda will be told to strip naked in front of everyone. Don't laugh. Yeah, well, she should have told you to stay out of prison as well.
Simon, she's the prettiest. This is actually happening.
Don't laugh because you're all next. Everyone will sit naked on that bench. You're all guilty. Oh, wait a minute, sorry, does anyone feel they're innocent? Yeah, that's what they all said. I'm going to close. Matilda is now naked. And the guards think that she may still have personal belongings. Now, you can't bring anything to prison, it's all inclusive. We take care of everything. If you bring your own stuff, we get offended. Okay? So we must make sure that Matilda is hiding nothing.
Okay.
Legs apart, arms forward. Okay? On the Macarena. We will frisk, make sure he's hiding nothing. Behind the ears, in the hair. Okay, in the mouth, open the mouth. Tongue out.
No hearing.
Hey, hands up. Maybe hiding somewhere else. Hands out the front. Bend to the knees. Oh no, she's hiding nothing. It's okay. It's more round of applause for Matilda. Don't be late next time. Lock people up. A bit of a power trip. Watch your step. Come this way. I'll assume that none of you are from Western Australia. Oh, a couple from Western Australia? Oh, yeah. You're all from Western Australia? No. Oh. Just some of you. Okay. Well, for those of you who don't know about our history, I'll just give you a quick history of why this place was built. Now, this place was built by convicts. The Empire wanted to colonise the west coast of Australia because they'd already done it on the east coast, and there were French and Dutch ships passing by the west coast of Australia, and there was a big fear. Just keep going like that. We'll come back. And his convict buddies will carve down into the limestone. Keep going. Carve down into the limestone hill. We'll take limestone blocks into the limestone prison. 7 years it took Long and his friends to build this, including the prison chapel and lovely windows in the middle. And over the 7 years only. There we go.
Built it very fast too.
Very fast.
When was this building put up?
1852 to 1859.
Same building?
Same building.
Never thought of.
Female convicts.
So
They caused too many problems.
Increase.
Well, it didn't. That's the problem. Now, by the late 1800s, we emptied the prison of convicts. People who were well behaved get to join the local community, given what was called your ticket of leave. Boys, you'll see there's a very big wall around the women's division.
What did they come in for, the women?
Oh, all kinds of crimes. Some here for some serious stuff, murders, things like that. But to be honest, a lot of the women in the early history were escaping domestic violence and stuff like that. 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8. By the end of the convict history, we were getting everything. We were getting murderers, rapists, political prisoners, anything that England didn't want. They just put it on a ship to get rid of it and bring it over here. If you've committed a crime out locally, if you've murdered someone out there, does the family of those people want to see you outside the prison? No, they want you locked up in here, never to be seen again. We also add divisions to the prison. You're now going to be locked up with like-minded people. The longer your stay and the more violent your behaviour. Down in here, Division 4, inmates here for very lengthy stays. Violent crimes, violent behaviour, murderers, rapists, the worst of the worst. So down here in Division 1, you might be able to relax a little. One uses a toilet in their cell. In 1991, when they were shutting this place down, inmates were still using buckets for toilets in their cells. The only difference being, in the later history of the prison, they moved from metal to plastic buckets. Guards will be in the glass room there handing out all sharp objects, knives, cleavers, utensils. Everything must be returned to the guards. You can't take it. Just sitting around having a wonderful day. When this was a prison, you'd be like this. It could be a highly violent, unpredictable place. Today, it's locked in one of these cells.
That was a quick one.
23 hours a day locked in the cell. You only get 1 hour out of the cell. You go to the back, you play on your tennis court. Then you go back to the cell. 28 days was the maximum length of time anyone was meant to do in solitary. The prison surgeon said that is the most length of time anyone should spend here so they don't become mentally affected. But it wasn't long after they built solitary confinement, they also had to build a Fremantle mental asylum just down the road. From escaping, but it will prevent communication with someone in the cell next to you. 2 solid jar doors just to get in or out of the cell. There's no escape from here.
Nobody is safe.
Not even in your mind.
Anybody has vents or air to come in?
This is the flogging post. Up until 1943, inmates were being flogged on here, more of a mental torture. We also have the flogging post, which is definitely a physical torture. Come forward, sir. You want to have a look? I saw him pushing to the front.
Straight out to our hands.
We're going to pretend it's the early 1900s. Alfred tried to escape. We don't like that, Alfred. So the guards will bring you out the back here for your rehabilitation. Alfred, the guards will insist that you remove all your clothing from the waist up. The backpack, the jacket, the shirt, everything must come off quickly. And I'm joking. Yes, right hand here, left hand there, and then you stretch the legs a little. That's it, far enough. Alfred will be firmly secured to the post with leather straps at his wrists, leather straps at his ankles. You will all now have to imagine he is naked from the waist up. Prison's doctor or surgeon is here, some lower ranking officials who have to do all the paperwork, and there's also one man who turns up who's called the flagellator. Okay. This guard would take this job to punish Alfred.
Attached to it.
No stones. Sometimes they would say stones or glass or knots. No, you don't need that. This would be a twine strap, and it's enough to take the skin from the back without any. So, for trying to escape, Alfred, 75 lashes. You could receive 100 lashes, but this was generally reserved for inmates who had been violent. Alfred hasn't been violent, so we'll just give him 75. Sound fair, Alfred?
Okay.
Now, the flagellator will strike down upon his back. Are you ready, Alfred?
Yes.
Get ready to scream. Yeah. Boom. 3. 4. He's got a smile on his face. This punishment. Execution was in 1964. A gentleman called Eric Edgar Cook. He was found guilty of the murder of 8, the attempted murder of 14 others.
Wow.
We no longer execute people in Western Australia or Australia, so this is part of our history. All the executions were hangings. We never had a firing squad, a guillotine, or gas chamber, electric chair. They were all hangings.
The final night dinner was held in the hotel. Rock oysters were offered as part of the buffet dinner. Here are some photos taken during the dinner. And here is a photo showing Bonnie being given a bouquet of flowers for all the hard work done.
Words about good behavior tonight.
That's very political speech.
No need to stress it out.
Sit down.
I got my ear
I think better on my feet.
their organization.
Forgetting
And their spouses.
and their spouse.
And their girlfriends and boyfriends.
Irika there.
Sat Sri Akal. His truth is eternal.
So truly, the food is good. Everybody says it's a fantastic reunion. But you can organize everything to the best of your ability, but when the food is bad, nobody talks about it.
When the food is good, everybody says it's a fantastic reunion. When the food is bad, nobody talks about the reunion.
True enough.
True or not?
And this reunion has been filled with plate after plate of fantastic food.
This year, it has been one after place of fantastic mental block.
Too much wine. Too much wine in the
Your hand is tired, is it?
We were having a discussion last night.
They were having a serious discussion last night. Your hearing aid is on.
I heard Kyokwan congratulating Yongxia.
And he heard Kyokwan congratulating Yongxia.
For agreeing to host the
For agreeing to host the next reunion.
Yongxia is higher last reunion.
Amplifier is broken. Okay, repeat.
Hawaii is the first choice.
Not only Yongxia, but Yongxia and Matilda. You only had the whole sentence, not the word.
Nowadays, AirAsia flies to direct to Honolulu.
Nowadays, AirAsia flies direct to Honolulu.
That special discount is non-transferable. Because you all may know, I fly AirAsia, every flight at $1 million.
Wow!
Speaker of two Fernandez.
Amplifiers? So Matilda says, tell Tony Fernandez all our names. $1, $1
Tony Fernandez will surely remember Kani. So I tell my grandchildren, I've got 5 grandchildren.
And he tells his grandchildren he's got 5 grandchildren that he knows of.
Because I tell secretly to the other 5.
He tells them publicly, but he tells them secretly to the other 5.
You won't be faster than Kani, you know. Unless she outdoes you. Can I translate?
I didn't hear amplify.
Mental block again.
Too long now. Slowly now.
No, but the food has been fantastic.
The food has been fantastic and the wine has been even better.
Let me
Riverbank.
Riverbank in
Tony Limbo of Riverbank, who gave us the pearls and the lovely wine.
The championship wines though.
And that championship wine. And I got my first husband here. First.
He can turn Muslim, I can turn Muslim.
At your age, circumcision is not advised.
No, I've not been circumcised.
She seems to know.
No, serious no.
Chiang Mai. Chiang Rai.
Second. My Chiang Rai food is very good. Chinese food is very good.
The girls are very good.
The girls are very good. The boys are even better.
Funny, you're not familiar with ACDC.
No, I thought it was a pop group. No. Obviously not. Lost something in the translation then.
No, she said she's
And I'm confused.
You're confused. Okay.
I'm not even confused.
You get confused.
Oh, okay.
Serious note.
Honestly, now serious note. Now serious note. Very serious note. Extremely serious note.
I think you're gonna sit down now.
You have to post that.
No, seriously. Maybe, your idea of Thailand is good, but maybe a cruise is the most practical idea. You don't have to organize anything.
This photo was taken in the hotel suite reserved for the reunion. It certainly was a tiring event, as shown here. It's now time to say goodbye, until we meet again at the next reunion.